Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thank You for Coming. I am your host, Mike Carr, here on 2MB Studios. We're on Twitch, we're on Facebook, we're on YouTube. We're immortalized on the web for all time. I'm so excited to have you all here tonight. We missed you last week. 2MB Studios ran a beautiful fundraiser, raising some money for a very important cause. We are back this week with two very special guests. If you are here for the first time, let me tell you how it works. Thank You for Coming is a very simple show. Improvisers are in the green room right now. They can see everything that's happening right now. Hello. But we cannot see them yet. They're going to come on stage in just a moment. They're going to meet each other for the very first time. We're going to get a suggestion from you in the Twitch chat. Then they're going to do a scene. That scene's going to start with the line, "Thank you for coming." Then they're going to improvise. Then we're going to talk to them. We're going to talk to me. Then we're going to improvise some more. Real straightforward. That's what the show's all about. Please say hello in the Twitch chat. We'd like to know that you're there. And also, we're going to need suggestions. So please feel free to start throwing out some locations. Please throw out some locations of where two people might be in the real world. Speaking of where we are, this is my very first show well, it's not my very first show ever, but it's my very first show from Florida. I have been in Boston for a while. Now we're back in Florida. So 2MB Studios is now a bi-state show. The baking show happened earlier today. Julie, my wife, is a host on that show. So now 2MB Studios, it's taking over the country one state at a time. And today's show is no surprise because one of our performers is out in the great state of California. So we're all over the place, baby. We're taking it over. I'm going to get them out here because I'm just jibber jabbering, but I'm going to get the players out in just a second. But before I do, I want to talk about one of our partners and friends, 3weeks.courses. How long is 3 weeks? 3 weeks it's 21 days. What can you actually learn in 3 weeks? Well, you can learn a lot. And the classes you can take at 3weeks.courses give you just a taste of awesome things that you can learn. There's playwriting and script analysis. There's being an independent artist and how to organize your finances. There's wellness classes. There's writing classes, all designed with just enough to give you a taste of these things so you can go and learn more. I took their playwriting and script analysis class with Nick Walker, who is a professional actor who's worked on Broadway, in Hamilton on the national tour. And we did a script analysis class, and it was incredible to hear his insights. So 3weeks.courses, check it out. You get 3 weeks of training on so many great topics. Definitely worth your time. Check it out. But now it's time to check out our improvisers for this week. First, coming all the way from Boston, a man so nice, he's got the same name as I do. It's Mike Lovett, everyone. Please welcome Mike Lovett. Here he comes.
Oh,
there he is.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm thrilled to have you, Mike. We played on Stockton together for about a year, maybe a little over a year. And, yeah, and every time is always a joy. So I'm really excited to have you on the show today.
I'm happy to be here, and I'm also happy to fill you in on what's been happening in Boston since you left. It has,
please.
It snowed a lot, and that is it.
All right, great. Well, thank you for catching me up.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. You are not improvising alone tonight.
Thank God.
Yes.
That would be bad for everyone watching.
You are being joined by another phenomenal improviser who I originally met down here. Phenomenal comic, phenomenal, funny person, and an all-around good person. Please welcome Arnie Ellis.
Hello, everyone.
God, I know you've probably been told this, but your voice is so soothing, and it sounds like I want to curl up next to a fire and have a fireside chat with you telling me the news. I don't know. It's one of the things I want.
Thank you very much. And of course, because I'm a human being, I can't stand my voice.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah.
They're like, you sound great. Shut up, I don't.
You guys have probably had that experience where you hear yourself recorded.
Mm-hmm.
It's cringe-worthy. You're just like, oh, so.
I don't think there's enough exposure therapy that can be done to get that done. I don't know. I don't think it's possible.
All right. So Arnie and Mike, you're already hitting it off. We haven't even started improvising yet. Already hitting it off. So you both heard how the show works. So we're getting some suggestions in the Twitch so far. The suggestion that has jumped out is Las Vegas.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you're going to do a scene anywhere in Las Vegas. It's totally up to you. The scene will start with the phrase, "Thank you for coming," and then we're going to talk a little bit after the scene, okay? All right, so we're going to send Mike and Arnie back to the green room, and then I'm going to go to the green room in just a moment. You're going to see a scene, so we're going to go to Las Vegas. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming to New York Deli Night at the All You Can Eat Buffet here at the lovely Rampart Casino.
Thank you. I'm excited. This is my first time to Las Vegas. It's very bright here.
Oh, it is bright. Yeah, it's a little darker inside here in the casino. They want you spending a lot of money. I probably shouldn't have said that.
That's okay. I already have.
Yeah, okay, good. Well, you're going to find everything that you want. We have themed nights here. Tonight's New York Deli Night. So, have you ever been in New York?
No. First major city is Las Vegas.
Oh, well, let me tell you, here at the Rampart Casino, as you can see, we're themed. Sort of a Manhattan theme, so you could tell everybody you've also been to New York.
Oh, that's great. Stuart Little's been there, so good company.
Right. Spend a lot of money in New York too. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I'm going to be reprimanded by two cities tonight: Las Vegas and New York.
I won't tell.
Oh boy. So, you here with anybody, or just you?
No. Solo trip. Just looking, honestly, this is mostly a journey of self-discovery, and I had a lot of people tell me that this was a bad idea, but I sort of think of it as like, oh, good, a bad idea to overcome. I can learn a lot about myself if I survive.
You told me you spent a lot of money already.
Yes. So I walked in the door maybe 20 minutes ago. Someone demanded money from me, and I gave them a little bit. I just kind of thought that was entry fee or something like that. Played a few hands of blackjack. Again, lost very quickly. I didn't know the rules. I tried to ask. Everyone kind of gave me this weird look, and I was like, you know what? I'll figure it out. I didn't. So I had this initial stash for when I first got here. I have blown through that, but don't worry. Before you came over here, I was just counting my other stashes just to make sure, because I really don't want to go belly up.
Other stashes. You've come with multiple stashes.
Oh yeah, I've been saving up for this for a while. I haven't gone to any other cities. Las Vegas has kind of been the one I've had my eye on for a long time. And look, I get that it costs money. Gambling is expensive, but I'm here to ride it out.
Wow. You know, I see a lot of people come through here. They're mostly high rollers, and they sort of, I don't know. They just come in. They do the buffet. I'm the help. Yeah, I think you're the first person that's ever really talked to me like I'm a person.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, I'm so sorry. My name is Chip.
Oh, hey Chip. I'm Alex.
Alex,
and I guess I'm the maitre d'. I keep trying to get them to call me that, but nobody wants to call me that.
What do they call you instead?
Head waiter.
Oh, well, that's not bad. I really thought you were going to say something like they were calling you dummy or something. But
no, that's when I go home.
Oh,
yeah. What are you gonna do? You know, it's. I live in a a house just down the street with a bunch of other people that work at casinos, and it's kind of like a frat house type situation, although we're all adults. It's weird. Vegas, life here in Vegas, Chet, it's different.
What? How do you mean? What's a slice of life of Vegas?
Well, I mean, you can see here, this casino's New York. The one right next door is New Orleans.
I gotta tell you, sorry, I hate to interrupt, but what you have done thematically, visually, it's very good, but the aroma in here, I mean, it smells like I'm surrounded by cured meats. It does. It's really impressive, and I don't see any. So I don't know if you've got like an air vent situation that's just pumping it in, but it's very authentic.
No, it's fantastic. We have our stuff shipped from New York. You can get Doc Brown soda. You can get potato knish. It's all the stuff. Tomorrow night is, this is New York Deli night. You're going to have to come back. Tomorrow night we have Italian bistro night. And maybe then I can get them to call me Maître D, although that's French. It's weird, but.
Well, yeah. Can you just like install a French night one of these times? I mean, then if you really want to lean into it as an establishment, what choice would they have?
C'est magnifique. That's an excellent idea. You should get into the casino business.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. No,
come on.
Honesty about you, Chet. I'm telling you, there's an honesty about you. And I think if Vegas could use anything, it's probably more honesty.
I don't know. This city seems so big and so bright. They'd chew me up and spit me out into Tucson, Arizona, probably.
Chet, it's all in the attitude, Chet. You got to think about it. You came in big, bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, amazed by Vegas, but I'm sensing something in you, Chet. There's an honesty, like I told you, and I think that if you really set your mind to it, you could be a big winner here.
Well, let me tell you, my grandfather would be very happy to hear you say that, because if there's one thing he raised me to do, it was be honest. And if there was a second thing he raised me to do, it was to be a coal miner. But that just is not trending in the right direction. So I don't really feel good about that one. But I do think he'd be very happy to know that I was following through in this honesty thing.
I want to be honest now.
Please.
The food here is really bad, Chet.
No.
Yes. I'm supposed to stand here and tell you how amazing it is. The bottom line is we're here to take your money, and that's all we care about. And so we scrimp on everything. I was telling you about the Doc Brown soda. That stuff, it was like it's the expired stuff, man, Chet.
Oh, no.
Save yourself, man. Save yourself. Oh God, what is this feeling inside? I think.
Are you having a heart attack?
I think I'm getting an attack of heart.
Okay. I'm not a doctor, so if this is something where we're gonna need like a professional or something, like
no, this is like the Grinch. My heart has grown. You've made me. This is all. Go to the real New York. Go to the real New Orleans. I want you to experience life. Don't end up like me, Chet, a loser that can't even get people to call him Maître D at a Vegas buffet.
You're not a loser. Was this the first city that you ever came to as well?
It's funny you should ask, because it actually was.
Wow.
I finished college. I got a degree in hospitality management, and I packed up my meager possessions and moved here to Vegas with dreams of running a casino. And I can't even get them to call me Maître D.
Well, what happened?
I guess this city just chewed me up, Chet.
See, that's what I'm afraid of.
Niche.
Oh man, I don't know.
I'm telling you, man. This is if you really want to be a winner, and I can sense that in you. I can sense that desire. You're talking about wanting to change your life. I think thing you're really going to have to do is you're going to have to, be inspired by Vegas, but go to the real places and make a real difference.
Well, okay. I can do that, but I don't leave here until tomorrow. So I don't know if I were to what?
Well, let's go play blackjack then.
Oh, okay.
You got stashes, right?
I got 4 more stashes. I really don't want to get down to the third stash. I'd really love to win $1 million on that second one.
Well, I know there's a table where I've been flirting with one of the dealers for like 17 years, and I think she's finally coming. She's coming around.
Like to give you good cards, or
to
fall in love with you.
I think she's getting the hint.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Well, I do know
Let me tell you, I'm going to warn you.
You can't have too many cards in blackjack. That's
I'm
what I
warn you. Okay, I'm going to warn you. Once I turn this on, this charm, I'm telling you, man, we're going to be high rollers.
Okay.
Well, I'll show you around.
All right, great. Let's do this.
Come to my Vegas.
Whoa. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it. So
come to my Vegas.
It's right here in Burbank. Look at this. Ooh, look at the lights.
The glitzy lights.
Yes.
Oh man, that scene, where it was going, it could have either been like a don't go, like a more like a morality play of why not to move to Vegas. It could have been a hopeful story of redemption. It could have the possibilities were endless in the world you gentlemen just created. So
Vegas, it has that effect.
It really does. It really does. I've never been to Vegas. Have either of you been to Vegas?
I have. When I first moved to LA, I was doing a lot of, Mike, you were in Orlando for years, so you know about the Bonkers clubs, and there were Bonkers clubs in the Vegas area. And so actually, Michelle and I, my wife and I, got married in Vegas, and it was because I had a gig where I was at one casino on Thursday and then another casino on Saturday, but I had the room for the whole weekend. So we went to the Graceland Chapel and got the Elvis package.
That's beautiful.
We did the Elvis wedding. It was fantastic.
Oh, nice. Mike, have you ever been to Vegas?
I've been honestly 4 times. None of it has been for fun. It's all been for work. We used to go to these giant trade shows. They're still down there. I just don't go there for work anymore. And it's just not the city for me. I talked about blackjack and that scene that was pulling directly from real life, where I walked into a casino, lost like $100 faster than I've made purchases that are $100. This is the second fastest iteration of me losing $100 that there is. And I was like, oh no, I hate this. I hate losing money and watching it happen. But man, what a place. The people watching Capital of the world. You are just seeing everyone is cranked up to 11. I don't know of another place where it's like, we're in Vegas. It's like everyone, it's like you push yourself to the limit and you see some stuff.
Yeah, my favorite is going to Old Vegas.
Yes.
That's the best. I mean, because there's that section of Vegas it's the unpretentious Vegas. It's the, street performers and there's a grime that's super authentic. And, the Strip is the Strip, and you should go and look at it. It's lovely. But Old Vegas, there's just it's an unpretentious sort of skanky delight.
There's a giant praying mantis that shoots fire.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Freaking crazy.
Real,
Oh, man, I'm in the wrong place.
Old Vegas is where it's at. Yeah, that Old is. Vegas. I'll absolutely. That was its one silver lining in going there. It's like that's got some real character. They tried to. It's like it honestly feels like the permanent part of the city, because like the Strip is so transient, like people are in and out, kind of just visiting. Mm-hmm. Old Vegas kind of feels like anyone who lives in that area, this is like their place to hang. There's some cool spots there. Shout out Golden Spike if it's still around.
So is the Rampart Casino, the New York themed Rampart Casino, is that Old Vegas or is that on the Strip?
No, that's I think Rampart, it's not New York themed. I think it's north. It's like in a Marriott resort that's like north of Vegas or something.
Oh, and is this a real casino that you mentioned? Is it a real one?
Oh, yeah.
Because that was my first thing. I'm like, what, is that a real casino? Because it was so specific.
Yeah, Rampart. I think that's the name of it. I could be wrong. It's been a while. But.
Cool. So how was that scene for both of you? It was so fun to watch you guys play this world of these these two people meeting for the first time in a casino, which I know that, you know, we've all been doing improv for a long time, and a lot of our viewers are improvisers. And this, to me, is an example of the kind of scene that is, it proves early level students, it proves a thing wrong to them in a great way, because they're told you can never be strangers in a scene. And I'm like, well, yeah, you can. You just got to listen to each other and build off each other, because these characters didn't know each other when the scene started, but that didn't hinder the forward momentum of the scene. It actually gave you something even more fun to work with, I thought.
Yeah, I found that the way you can easily break that rule, I mean, I don't think this is a hack, but just like, I like coming in as like, like this person that's just like truly like a information sponge, just wants to like soak everything up, and just like, you can yes and your way into something like rocks. Like, I was already like ready to tell Alex we should create our own casino in New York City. Like, it doesn't take much to get there.
Yeah, there's definitely that's one of the stigmas of early improvisers, and it's fun to if anyone out there who is watching this is an improviser at an earlier level in their career and being like, oh, they didn't know each other at the start of the scene, but it didn't affect the scene. It's still it gave a flavor to it.
Yeah, it's funny you bring that up, because I'm not super aware of that rule, to be honest with you. It's kind of funny that you bring that up. I mean, I do know that, like, a lot of times when you're doing scenes, or if you're using improv as a writing tool, like they do at Second City, where you're going to develop sketch, you want the characters to know each other, because it's about their relationship and stuff. But I don't ever recall there being like a super hard and fast rule about characters not knowing each other. And it's weird, because to me, you know, given the work that I do, you know, Mike, you've also done theme park work, where the conceit of it is, most of the time you don't know. If you think of somebody that's working in a theme park as some kind of character, they're going to want to establish a relationship with the guests, and essentially the guests are their scene partner, but they don't know them. So yeah, it's just kind of an interesting. It's making my wheels turn a little bit.
No, yeah, it comes. I know from where I first heard it was when I was a student at Improv Olympic in the early 2000s. One of our instructors said, it's going to make your life easier, and this always stayed with me as an improviser. If I'm doing scenic improv, it'll make your life easier if you know if the characters know each other. And I'm like, oh, it definitely makes your life easy. Yeah, sure. Yeah. But and I think I know some people, and I did this for a while. I internalized that to a point where I was like, I always have to know my scene partner. But then I was in a scene with someone once, and I remember it was in a class with a more seasoned improviser who was just there, and they did a scene, and we were strangers, but it still worked. And I remember that being one of those matrix moments for improvisers where it's like, oh, you don't have to, that's just a guideline that helps. It's not a rule, but it's something that I've seen translated into a lot of classes for newer improvisers to kind of give them I guess like a training wheel kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like give them the fundamentals, and then they can experiment from there. Once you get used to it, it's like, oh, okay, now I'm not scared if I don't really know this. So I know how to figure it out.
You know, it's funny, Mike, that you should say training wheel, because as you were talking about this, I had an image in my head. I remembered my own experience riding a bike as a kid, and I started out with a bike on training wheels. And I remember the evening that my dad told me to bring the bike into the garage, and he took the training wheels off. And I was like, what in the world's going on? And just because I had ridden that bike so much and banged the training wheels up against the curb and things like that, the training wheels were off the ground and I didn't even know it. So he was like, you're riding your bike. I just have to take these off because you're not using them anymore. And I think in a lot of ways, especially training improvisers, a lot of those early rules really are training wheels in that sense, that you just use them until eventually they just fall off. And you're still doing the thing, but you're just not you're just not aware of it, in the same way that I wasn't aware that my training wheels weren't even on the ground anymore. It's kind of interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. Arnie, what was your early training in improv? I know you have a career that has spanned, I think, everything. Like you've done stand up. You're a prolific stand up. You're a fantastic stand up comic.
Thanks, man.
You're a fantastic improviser, an actor. But in terms of improv, was it Disney that was your start, or was it somewhere else?
No, it was actually SAC.
Oh, was it SAC? Okay,
yeah, I mean that was. I mean, I did a little bit of improv in college. You know, I went to Florida State and did my theater degree there. And then when I came to Orlando, when I came to Orlando, I started taking classes at SAC, and I did that whole program back in the mid '90s. Mm-hmm. And then played some shows, and then I was doing Street Mo, and that kind of pulled me away from SAC for a bit. Just the busyness of Disney, you know how it is.
Yeah.
It was really so. Yeah, that was my initial thing, and then it's funny, I didn't really do it in the way that they do it at SAC for years. And then after moving out here, I did the Second City program just because I hadn't been in classes for 20 years. So I went through the program here at Second City, which was really, really fantastic to be a student again.
Yeah, it feels good to get back into a classroom. I've got that coming up for myself, and I can't wait. Mike, what about you? What was your start in improv?
Well, I am an improv Boston boy to the bone.
All right.
I started in college. There wasn't really any sort of improv set up at my school, but I was only a 20-minute drive from IB. And so starting my junior year, I started in sketch because I was too afraid to do improv. I was like, well, I can just write and that'll be fine. But then we sort of ran out of sketch classes to take in. So if I wanted to like get more involved and learn more skills, improv seemed to be improv was the avenue that was most appealing. I had friends that were shifting in that direction. So I was like, well, if I know people that are doing it, it'll be a little less scary. And then I got to do it. And as you start to get good at it, I'm like, oh, this is way better because I don't have to do any work like with sketch. That's so hard. Like I have to like write stuff and like there's always homework, but improv, you just like show up. And I really liked that. But, you know, as Arnie said, like being able to blend the two, like Second City does, using improv to sketch, you know, that was something with Boston Sketch Company, which I was with for a few years. Like that was the guiding principle, was to use that and to develop that. And that was something I had never done before, but it's really cool. It's like skills that I still use today. If I'm working on some sort of writing project, I will try to, you know, put out the beats a little bit and get into that head. I found like improvising, like I don't know if I ever would have learned to write or inhabit a character's mind without it, maybe, but it was just like such a jump in terms of like the things that you learn, like being forced to just go on stage and like, if you want to be good, you have to like really, really commit. And that's a really helpful thing to develop when you're then trying to write something and you want to create that same experience.
Excellent. Oh God, this is fun. I want to improvise with you guys. So we're going to do a scene, but the three of us going to be just like you did before. No one has to say thank you for coming. We're going to get a location. The three of us are just going to be there. So in the chat, go ahead and give us a location of where our scene can be. And then we're going to do a 3-person scene.
I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a really good location.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
Oh man.
I liked also, Mike, that in that scene, you walked into the casino and gave someone money right away. You didn't necessarily say that like it was gambling. Like I imagined someone was taking the New York theming to a level and we're just like, give me your money. And you were like, yep, here we go.
This is what you do in Vegas. Here you go.
Yeah, of course.
Make some money.
All right, we got some good suggestions. Oh, we got a lot of good ones. These are all good. We've got someone a rest stop is one suggestion. A green room, TJ Maxx. Oh, okay. We're gonna go to Purgatory. That's the one it's gonna be. All right. I think that's got legs to it. All right. They all got legs. All right. I'm gonna pop us all off. Then we're gonna come back in, and we're gonna be in Purgatory.
So
This is crazy. Wow.
like, it's not. It doesn't feel like I thought it was gonna feel.
Right?
I'm
lighter. I'm feeling lighter than I thought it. I thought I'd feel similarly physically, but I don't. I feel lighter.
That's the loss of the earthly weight.
Ooh.
Oh,
I like that.
Yeah.
this is what astronauts feel like, kind of.
Yeah, that's the astronauts that have come through here that I've seen. They all say the same thing.
Which astronauts?
All the ones that have died.
Oh, okay.
Since I died,
Oof.
have all come through here.
When did you die?
I died in 1826.
Oof. So you've seen all the
They
astronauts
had
die.
astronauts in 1826?
No, man. I've been here. I've been here since 1826.
Oh.
Yeah, I had a lot of sins on my soul. I still have a lot of sins on my soul.
So are you just here until they kind of shuffle through them all?
That's how it goes. That's what this place is,
Man, what did you
Why
do?
do you think there's a shitload of white? Oh, I just added 16 years to my sentence. Why do you think
16 years for one curse word?
they vary? Each curse word has a different number of years attached to it. That's
Okay,
the thing.
what do you get for fuck? What do you get for fuck?
Oh, why did you say it so many times?
You just said it twice. You just added 50 years to your time.
No.
Yes.
Why are you happy about that?
Yeah, I am fresh to this, and I know it's bad.
Well, I think it's the earthly weight that I don't feel anymore. There's a fuck it. Oh, that's another 25. It's just a perfect feeling. Oh, another. That's
25,
baby. That's
I like this guy. This guy, I like you. You come through. You get it, man.
Yeah. Well, no. I mean, let's not. Shit.
Okay,
Fuck. Ass. Tally it on for me. What else do you do?
It's not the good, and it's not the. This is like I can hang with this. This is like the middle. This is like I can hang, man. I have no pressure. If I were up there, I'd have all this pressure to want to fit in with like super amazing people. If I were down there, I'd be like super hot, and I'm a sweaty dude. I like this, man. This is like I like this. Fuck it, man.
Boom.
So wait, do you ever hear from people on either side about how things are going?
No.
Gosh.
You see, all right, you want to know why I know so much?
Yes. I also want to know why you've been here for how many sins you are working through and what those are, but we'll get to that.
I committed a lot of it's been a while since I've been on Earth, so I don't remember if mortal or venial sins are worse.
I just came from it, and I honestly don't know.
All right. I committed
I did a long time since catechism.
I did a lot of venial sins.
Nice. Those are fun. Yeah.
But they add up, and that's why I'm here. I've been here for so long.
Yeah.
One time, you see over there, you can see the white flames. You see the white flames.
Ooh.
Yeah.
On the other side of the white flames is the door to heaven. So one day the flames stopped, and I could see the door to heaven, and I saw inside heaven. I could see it, and I was like, "Oh, there's the goal lines." But it looked like you were saying, dude, a lot of pressure, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stick out here for a little while.
You can tell that just from the door. What did you see?
I saw. First of all, I saw. What's his name? Oh gosh, he was
St. Peter.
He became the president after I died during
during a lot of them.
It was during the time when the country cracked.
Was the Civil War? Are you
talking
about? Is it Grant? Abraham Lincoln or
Lincoln? Yeah, it was Lincoln because he had the big old hat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
He was in there, and people were like, he just looked, he was like walking around, he had angels around him, and I was like, I'm not that guy. I don't want that world. I don't want that attention. I just want to like hang out. But I also don't want to go down to hell where Grant
is Grant. Is he really?
Surprisingly.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang. Have you seen that door? Do you know what that door looks like?
Yeah, it's actually it's always open. It's right over there.
Oh, they want you to see it.
That's
so you can hang out. See, that's great. You can hang out and you can hear, because it's like I love 80s hairband music, like super misogynistic. The more misogynistic, the better. And
well, that's down there. It's all down there.
I love that. Oh, this place is great. This place is great, man.
So is there like so look, I know that you probably get this a lot when people are just coming to purgatory, but like
cool.
I don't know that I should be here. I kind of feel like there was a mistake that was made. Like, so what happened is I had a friend who he had this apartment and he had a bunch of hamsters in it. And he said that he apparently told me that like, hey, can you go over, watch these hamsters for the weekend? I never saw that. So all of those hamsters died, presumably on my watch. I guess as the universe is counting, that's on my watch. 2 days later, I get hit by a bus. And so that's like the last thing that happens is I'm liable for this families of hamsters.
How many hamsters?
I think, honestly, we're talking double digits. I think it was like 21.
Well, I was going to say if it were single digits, that would be a venial sin, but double digits, we're in M-Town.
Oh, no.
Saying there, Jebediah.
Oh, no. Wait.
M-Town, my friend.
So can I just wait it out in here in purgatory? Or is it?
That's the whole thing. Like, that's what we're doing right now. Like being here, we're on the bench, so to speak.
Okay.
We have to stay on the bench until our sins are purged.
And then put me in coach.
Then you can go.
Okay.
You can always go the other way. Hell is always open. They're always like, if you want to come here, just come here. They don't care. And heaven is like, no, you gotta burn off those 21 dead hamsters before you get in there.
Shit. And they did burn. That was like the other thing. It's like the whole building burned down, and like I was running away from it because the fire was really scary. And like boom, bust.
Oh, was that the whole building?
The whole building. I wasn't responsible for all of it, and the hamsters were just in that one unit. Yeah. No, it was bad. It was really bad. One of the worst days that Las Vegas has ever seen. And that's saying something.
Oh, it was in Vegas?
It was in Vegas, yeah.
That does not bode well for you.
What? Why? Does God love Vegas?
Yeah, it's like his favorite town.
Really? It's called Sin City, and that's God's favorite town?
It's a trick.
I love Vegas. Because think of it, Vegas its potential. Think about it. There's so much sin there that it's like an epicenter for the potential of redemption. And so of course. Oh, it all makes sense now. It's funny. I grew up in Catholic school being told purgatory was like it's a terrible and you have to work. This is awesome, you guys. This is I can see why you've been here since the 1800s.
Yeah, it's been here for 140 years. What do you do? Like, what do you just hang out? Has it felt like 140 years? Does time move differently here?
Oh, time moves exactly the same way that it does on Earth. Apparently, up in heaven, it's like triple time and you feel amazing. And in hell, it's like way slowed down. This is Earth time. We are on Earth time. And we also have to do the daylight savings time thing, too.
No. Oh, come on.
Oh, I can finally learn how to play guitar.
Oh, yeah. The problem is in purgatory, it's not a perfect guitar. It's missing the C string.
Oh, well, I mean, I suppose if
Oh,
yeah, I mean,
without a C.
gotta be a workaround.
Yeah, you just gotta figure that out, and then
Yeah, but this. Well, I think of the potential. Think of it being in the same place for hundreds of years. What you could get done. It's like back in 2020 when we had that pandemic and you had to stay at home and you got so much done.
You guys had a pandemic in 2020?
Yeah, man, it was serious, dude.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was weird. It was like in the beginning, it felt like the way God looks at Vegas. All you could think of is the potential. And then you went through a period where you were like super bored and didn't want to do anything. And then by the end, you were super excited about all the possibility.
Oh.
Yeah. No, my friend was too. He bought a bunch of hamsters. He was really excited. He just got this new apartment and whew. Well, okay.
He got a new apartment, and his first thought was, I need 21 hamsters?
Honestly, flip those two thoughts. I got 21 hamsters. Well, shit, I need a new apartment. Damn it, I just...
Oh, fantastic.
What am I going to do with all these hamsters?
I need a new apartment. Oh, awesome. Mike and Arnie, thank you so much for being a part of the show. You guys, it was so fun to watch you play, so fun to play with you. You're both amazing, wonderful people, and it's been a blast to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks.
Of course, I'm going to pop you both into the green room. Thank you so much. Feel free to stick around after the show. We can say hello. All of you out there watching on Twitch, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Molly. It was awesome. This show is every Sunday at 7 o'clock. Next week, we're very excited. We have two improvisers. We have Mr. Joel Warren from the Orlando area joining Nate Lopez from the Boston area. So it's going to be a super fun show next Sunday right here at 7 o'clock. At 8 o'clock right here, there's another show, Glitty Litter, a great show. Stick around and watch that. Other than that, everyone out there in Twitch, all I want to say is thank you for coming.